Hello, hello, hello. Just bear with me a second. I'm just trying to get my laptop set up here. And turn off the volume. There we go. We're all set up. Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. I hope you have had an enjoyable day today. I've spent most of today in my craft room, which has kind of been fun for me. I actually had a little bit of creativity today, which I haven't had for a while now. And I'm sorry, I'm going to wiggle the camera a bit here. I have a cord that's not plugged in. That should help our volume a little bit. Everybody, please hello in the comments. Let me know where you're from. And I'm going to take a moment now to introduce myself. My name is Shel Anderson. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I would like to welcome you to Stamp with Shel tonight. So glad you could join me. I blog at shelscreativecorner.blogspot.com. I can be found on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Pinterest under Stamp with Shel. You can reach me by email anytime at andersonshel@gmail.com. Now, I'm located in Canada. If you are in Canada and you do not have a demonstrator, I would love to earn your business. If you do have a demonstrator, I encourage you to still shop with your demonstrator, but stick around. See if you have a little bit of creative inspiration here tonight. We are going to be making 3 cards tonight. And they're from 3 different stamp sets. How's that? Hello, Carol. Hi, Melanie. Glad you could join. Nice to see you girls. Tonight we are going to be playing with Peaceful Deer, Frosted Gingerbread, Nature's Harvest, and we're also going to be using the dies from the Tasteful Touches. These dies, I seem to be using these ones a lot lately. I really, really like these dies. I like the stamps too, but I've been using the dies a lot. All right, so we are going to get started. We're also going to be using the Wonderful Gems and the brushed metallic adhesive back dots as well. All right, our first card. Because we're doing 3 cards tonight, I have done a little bit of prep work. And we will see, pardon me, I got a dry spot. We will see how we go along here. I'm not going to be doing the insides of the cards tonight just to save time. I will do those after the video. First card is Pear Pizzazz, standard card base. And then we have this wonderful DSP. I'm going to use the diagonal stripe. This is the Heartwarming Hugs DSP that's a carryover from last year. It's not in any catalog, but you can get it still, of course, or I wouldn't be using it. And we are just going to center that on that panel. If you want a quick flip through of this DSP, I can do that too. I like it because it's small patterned. I'm not flipping very well. Let's get this even. We have stripes and gingham and small patterns in here. I really, really, really like this. All right. Now we have our DSP on here. Next, I've cut a tag using those Tasteful Touches dies. And I don't know whether the camera's picking this up, but this is like a triple edge on here. It puts in a really, really cute 3 lines around it. And so that's very decorative. I'm going to grab some dimensionals and we are going to pop some of these onto the back of our tag. Like so. And then we're just going to flip that over and we're just going to place that on the card where we want it. All right. Next up, I have a strip of that same DSP, and I'm going to use that as a mat for our greeting tag. How different is that, eh? How about that football game last night, Carol? Did you watch? I'm sure you did. That was an exciting game. All right, I'm going to grab some more dimensionals and pop this up as well. Actually, I'm going to use some of these that are down here along the edge. And I'm going to center that right here on my tag. So far, so good. Now, this ornament is from the Gingerbread and Peppermint DSP. And I am going to, I fussy cut that, and I then fussy cut around a piece of real red, just so that it had a little border around it. And I'm going to use this as an embellishment on my card, but I need a glue dot to put this little wee bow on. This ribbon is from the Pampered Pets, I believe. I think that's what it was, Pampered Pets. I know it was from a yeah, it was Pampered Pets. It was from a 2-pack of ribbon, and now I have it on my shirt. I'm fishing glue dot off my shirt off camera here. And I'm going to pop that right there and put that little bow right there. Isn't that cute? All right, so more dimensionals. But I'm just going to take a minute and see where I'm going to put that. So I only want dimensional on the bottom half because the top half is going to be overlapping. So it wouldn't work. See what I mean? So we'll just put a little dot of glue right there and pop that in place. Just like that. And now I'm going to bring in the wonderful gems. I'm just gonna put one here, one down here, and the third one will go up there. And that, my friends, is our first card. Isn't that pretty? That's Pear Pizzazz and Real Red. Love it. All right. So far, so good. We will move on. Love those bombers. Yes, you've got to love those bombers. I hope they can hold on as well next weekend in Montreal. Now we're going to go on to the Nature's Harvest. And like I said, I've pre-done some of this stuff tonight, so timely fashion. And we are going to start with our bottom piece of DSP. This is from the Nature's Harvest suite in the mini catalog. And I don't know whether, I think I'm going to stick with the blue theme. And I am just going to glue this DSP right flat down to the front of the card at the bottom, like so. Just centering it up, trying to make our borders as even as we can. Now we have this piece of cork paper, which is the actual cork laminated onto paper. It's amazing stuff. I've actually got that on my order for tomorrow because I need to get more of that before it's gone. If you ladies have orders that you want to be placed, please get them to me and I will get that ordered up first thing in the morning. And if you're interested in the December paper pumpkin kit, this is your last chance to order it. And this December kit is the little 3D boxes. So if you're interested in that. All right, this one here, actually I should have done this first. We're going to need our technical tool here, if I can reach it, our toothbrush. I'm going to grab this piece of paper. It's just scrap paper. And I'm going to grab my Memento black ink. And I am going to find, what did I do with it? Here it is. And I am just going to put a little bit of water in there. And we are going to do some flicking. Just to take some of that white off there. Now I need to grab a baby wipe so that we can clean this up. And of course I got 6 baby wipes instead of 1. I just don't want this ink to be all over. All right, we'll throw those over there and get this out of the way. And we'll just set that aside for a minute. And here I have pre-stamped the cone flowers, and I use blue. I know, weird, right? Anyway, I kept everything in the blue theme. I even stamped the greeting in blue. Probably should have done my ink flicking in blue, but I chose black, so we're just going to go with it. So I'm going to glue this one right down flat. And then I'm going to put the cone flowers over top, kind of layered but not, if you know what I mean. I want to be able to see both. And I know we're going to have to cut some off the bottom, so I'm just going to pop that kind of off to that side a bit. All right, snips, and we will trim those off. And then these ones, I am going to get some mini dimensionals somewhere. Where did I put them? There they are. Get these baby wipes away before they dry out. All right, I am going to pop some of these on the back, and we're going to have this one raised up a little bit just to give it a little bit of dimension. And there's enough spaces on the back of these that we can put our dimensionals. I'm going to cut a little piece off the edge for this one leaf because I want it to be supported. All right, there we go. Now well, I'm going to fight with those little paper backings. There we go. Oops. Well, I've got the dropsies. Where do I want this? How about half on and half off? Just kind of layered over those. Oh, I just had an idea. Let's take these off before they're stuck so well. No, we can leave it. We can still do it. We'll do it this way. I'm going to grab some linen thread. And I'm going to use this. I'm just going to wrap it around my fingers. And I'm going to pop that there. And I wonder, I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. This centerpiece is going to get a double dimensional. Maybe not, maybe just a single. And one more. And I'm hoping that I'm going to catch all the edges. Oh yeah. Now if I can get it on straight. There we go. I'm liking that. All right, we'll put dimensionals on the back. And we're well on our way to being done. Card number 2, ladies. Oops, this one's going to show. Let's move that. And I also, on this card, instead of just cutting a rectangle, I used the stitched rectangle dies because it just gave it a little something something. And I like that little pop of yellow. That's Bumblebee that I used. All right, now for this one, we're going to go to these brushed metallic dots. And seeing as I've been using all these other ones, I'm going to use these ones this time. I'll use one big one and 2 small ones. And there we have our Harvest Meadow. That is so pretty. Love it. All right. We'll clean up all this mess and go on to our final card. This one is the Peaceful Deer bundle. So we have a bunch of bits and pieces here. Need a bone folder. There we go. Now, I want to give you guys a little tip on this one. If I can find it. What did I do with it? Bear with me just a minute. Maybe I already have it out here because I wanted to tell you the tip. Oh, no, that's not it. Tailored tag. There it is. I'm looking for my tailored tag punch. This one, okay? This is what I used to do my banners. Okay, this card has 2 banners on it. And I didn't want them to be high in the middle. Like we all know that we can take our snips and cut up the middle and then cut from the point in. But I didn't want it to be a deep one. So what I did is I took this and I slid it in here until I could see this corner and this corner. Okay, so if I had this, I'm not going to cut it, but I'm going to show you what I did. I slid it in until I could see the corners, just see them, and then I centered it side to side and punched, and it gave me that perfect flag on the bottom. So if you are wanting a good way to do those flags on the bottom, that's a perfect way to do it. Okay, so we got to do some stamping on this card because I have not done the stamping on this one. And so I'm going to need to grab my Peaceful Deer set. And we are going to need this tree. Let me grab some blocks here. This is the dual tree. Oh, I guess I got the 3 trees. That's fine. And we're going to need our little rabbit. And I think that's it, other than a greeting. What greeting do I want to put on here? Sending love and peace this season. That's a nice one. We will use that one as well. All right, so for our trees, we're going to need garden green ink. And we'll just take that out of the way. I'm going to bring that piece of scrap back in here. And on this tag, which is soft seafoam, I'm going to stamp some trees. And I'm going to stamp them in garden green, kind of like that. And then I'm going to stamp them off down lower. So we get that two-tone effect. And I'm going to do that all the way across. So full strength and then half strength. Full strength, half strength. We might do half strength over here too. There we go. There are our trees. And that just takes some of the plainness off the tag. We need to have our greeting. I might as well do that one in the garden green as well, because we have 3 tags layered together on this one that are going to make one tag. And all 3 of these tags come from those tasteful labels. So that's it for garden green. Now we have one other thing to stamp, and that's going to be this little rabbit. And I don't think we need to stamp him in green. I think we might use black for him. Just so we have the outline of the rabbit. And we'll just pop that down at the bottom corner. Beautiful. All right. Our stamping is done. Just like that. Now we get to put our card together. So we are going to put this flat down on our front. I don't use a lot of, I love green, but I don't use a lot of greens. And garden green is one that I don't use. Oh, yep, that's right. Oh, I thought I scared myself for a minute. I thought I was doing something wrong. Garden green is one that I don't use hardly at all. So I made a point of using it today. Now this is the coordinating DSP I am using. I just chose something that had some reds in it as well as some greens. So it's pretty much a traditional card, but I'm choosing a little bit weird patterns for these banners because I'm a little weird like that. I like to change things up and do things a little bit non-traditional sometimes. And now this shorter banner, I am going to overlap a little bit over the first one. Not a lot, just a little. Just so we have an interesting background for our tag. And he fits in there nicely. All right. right, speaking of our tag, this one is going to go over this one. I'm going to take this out of here again so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Get in there. There we go. All right, so I'm going to put some adhesive on. Now these are going to overhang on the end, so I'm just going to put my adhesive in the middle. And I'm just going to layer this right over this. Center it up the best I can. All right. Now it's time for a dimensional or two. For the back of this one. Just like that. And this one is just going to go right in the middle. Yes, it's going to go over those trees. That's okay. Like so. And now we're going to put dimensionals on this as well. Oops. And we might as well use up this weird shaped one, because we'll never see it in behind here. One more to go. There we have it. Different, eh? Like so. And now for this one, I'm going to bring in the wonderful gems once again. But I think I'm going to use some of these gold ones this time. They're clear with gold sparkle in the, whoops, stuck to my finger and not to the card. Come on. Well, there we go. I must have had some Tombow on my finger. Imagine that. All right, this is very, very pretty with these gold sparkles in it. I think I'm going to put this one over here. They kind of got a little bit lost, so I might up the ante a little bit and put 5 on this card. And there we have that one. I love the way those are all layered up. I think it adds a little something special to it. And quite frankly, these pieces were all scrap. They all came out of my scrap bin. I didn't cut anything up for that. The only thing I cut for this card was the white piece and the red piece. The rest, even the DSP, was in my scrap bin. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. So there's card number 3 with the peaceful deer, and there's not a deer in sight. Here's card number 2 with the Harvest Meadow bundle and the beautiful cork paper. And card number 1 is with the Frosted Gingerbread bundle. So those are the 3 cards we did tonight. And anybody who placed an order with me last week will be getting the kits for these cards and the tutorials in with your order as a thank you. That will be your card class for this week. So now you have the video to go with it. Pretty sneaky, eh? All right. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, ladies. I appreciate it very much. Remember, Paper Pumpkin for December. Last chance tomorrow to order, and order goes in tomorrow morning. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.